You want to say something, Mataji?
No, Mataji. Just I wanted to do unmute because it wasn't going mute.
Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all so much for staying back for the parikrama. Yesterday we couldn't do, so we will try to. We'll see. We have 20 minutes if possible. We'll see the day 6 also. So we ended at day 4. So we will be entering Talavan today, very beautiful forest. So before that, we'll seek blessings of Srimati Radharani, Sri Krishna, Sri Vrindadevi, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada, all the parampara and all the assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis on the call, so that you'll be able to do parikrama with a good humble mode. We'll start. So we'll enter Talavan. If you see, we ended at Shatrughna temple in Madhuvan. And now from there, we will be going to Talavan. This is the map. If you see, we were at Maholi Gram, right? Madhuvan. So from Madhuvan, Sankarshan temple. So we are coming like this. This is the way. So today we will go to Shantanukund all the way. This is the route like this. Okay. So we all know Talavan forest story, so we will not get into the story. But these days we don't see a lot of tal trees. But when Krishna's time, there were lots and lots of tal trees, and this is actually 6 miles south of Mathura and 2.5 miles south of Madhuvan. And this is located in between, because next we'll be going to Govardhan, so it's in between Mathura and Govardhan. Very, very beautiful forest, and it says that it gives moksha, liberation, if we visit here. This is the pranam mantra of Talavan. Actually, it's moksha, not mokshaya. Mokshaya mukti rupaya hari mukti pradhaine. I am not so good, so I'm reading slowly. Namastala Gamya. When we enter Talavan, we have to do pranam and do 10 times. This pranam mantra we have to say 10 times. So this is the Talavan gives moksha, liberation. So this is the beautiful land of Talavan, and in Harivamsa it is mentioned that this is very smooth. In Bhagavatam, the shloka is there. It says the land is very smooth, very expansive. There is a lot densely covered darba grass. Of course, now we don't see a lot of darba grass there. This is just an overview of how Talavan looks. And the Goswamis explain, Goswamis actually compare Radharani's nose to the flower of a sesame flower. Especially in the afternoon when the sesame droops down like this flower, this is a sesame flower. As we are entering Talavan, there's a lot of peepal trees and sesame plants we see in the month of Kartik. So in the noon when the sesame flower droops down, it looks like the nose of Radharani, the Goswamis would say. Actually, the specialty of peepal tree, banyan tree, they give 24 hours oxygen. They don't give like in the night oxygen and night carbon dioxide and morning oxygen. Whole 24 hours they will be giving oxygen. Peepal tree and banyan tree. So we all know the pastime where the cowherd boys, they all were saying, very nice fragrance is coming. We want to eat tal fruits, but there is Dhenukasura. Can we go and have? So Balramji starts shaking the tree, and then Dhenukasura comes and hits him. First hit, Balramji was not noticing. Dhenukasura gets angry again. Dhenukasura will hit, and then how Balaram comes and he will like, whoa, the Dhenukasura and throw him. Then Dhenukasura associates will come. So many. Actually, it said that when this Dhenukasura what happened, when Balaramji whirled him and threw him, he fell on the tree. Then that tal tree fell down, and that went and fell on another tree, that tree fell down. Those two went and fell on another tree, that fell down. So they all fell down, and these Dhenukasuras, all multicolored Dhenukasuras on top of the tal tree, and they were looking like a rainbow, multicolored, clouds on top of the trees. They were looking like that. That description is given, like it looks like that. And actually, why they called Balaram instead of calling Krishna? So this shloka is there also in Bhagavatam. Rama Rama Mahabaho. Why the cowherd boy is called is because Dhenukasura in the past life is the son of Bali Maharaj. His name is Sahasik. So what happened? I think Sahasik's father was Virochan. No, actually it's Prahalad Maharaj's great grandson. So Bali Maharaj, we know he comes in the line of Prahalad Maharaj. So he's Sahasik. What he does, he goes to Nanda and Kanan mountains with lots of girls, almost 10,000 girls, damsels, and he will go and he'll be doing dance and he'll be doing a lot of enjoyment. And there is a lady called Tilotama, and they were doing all these dancing, music, and stuff. Then Durvasa Muni ashram is close by, so he gets very angry and he says, "You are behaving like an ass without any manners. So you better become ass in your next," he curses, "You become an ass." And Sahasik, now he feels bad and he will say, "Oh, please forgive me, like that." And then he says, "Okay, after 4 lakh years, Balaram will come and liberate you." So that promise of Durvasa Muni has to be fulfilled. And one more reason is in Narsimha Leela, Narsimhadev promised that after killing Hiranyakashipu, he will not kill anybody in his lineage. So Krishna should not kill. That's the reason. To match these two promises, Balaramji killed Dhenukasura and just pasted the fruit of tal. This is the tal tree. They just look like coconut, long leaves, palm leaves. This is my favorite fruit. Whenever I try to go to India in summer, my dad keeps bringing a lot of them. They come in summer. When they're eaten fresh, they look like jelly. A lot of water is there inside, and if it's left like that, it becomes like this, yellow and juicy. Here, see. Some they just leave it. They take this paste out and then make some sweets with this also. Some make juice like that. So that's the Talavan. And here there is Sankarshan Kund. We will see the video, very beautiful video. So after this, Balramji came here. He took shower after killing Dhenukasura. So he came here. They all drank water. So, and actually the Pujari explains, even still in this pond, there is a catfish. Catfish is there in this kund. And again, one more Balaramji's Dauji's temple with blackish complexion, and there is Revati Devi also, and we know the pastime of Revati, like she's the daughter of King Raivat. In Satya Yuga, he wanted to get her married, and then he was not finding a appropriate alliance, so he goes all the way to Brahmaloka taking his daughter. And we know there's a lot of time difference. When Brahma took the cowherd boys, it was just 1 minute for Brahma, and by here 1 year is done. So because of that, Brahma was very busy with his meetings, attendees, and then they were waiting. By the time Brahma came and spoke, all from Satyuga, already Dwapar Yuga, end of Dwapar Yuga had come. And then Brahma says, "Okay, it's okay, just go. Balaramji is there. Balaram will be the right husband for your wife, so just go." Then King Raivat will take his daughter Revati and he will come down. And we know that Satyuga people were very tall. Treta Yuga more, like little lesser than Satyuga. Dwapar Yuga little less. Kali Yuga even like maximum we can go 6 feet, or if somebody is more than 6, like if they're 6, 5, 7 feet, we just can't even like match with them, right? We think, oh, he's very tall. So she's very tall, and Balramji with the plow just pulls her down and then matches to her height to his height. So that's a small history of Revati Devi, wife of Balaram. So we'll find Balaramji's temple here, right near the Kund, this temple, this Sankarshan Kund. Then we will go to Kumudavan. Kumudavan, because it is having lot of Kaumadik, what is those flowers called? Water lilies, white, beautiful. Those water lilies are there. Lots used to be there when Krishna was there, but now we don't see anymore. But lot were there that time. That's why it is called as Kumudavan. And what happened was, this is all, and also Kumudani flowers were also there. And this is also called as Padma Kund. Actually, this Kund is mostly known as Padma Kund or Vihar Kund. And this is the smallest of all the 12 forests. And it in Adi Varaha Purana says that Kumudavan is the supreme. the third forest, this is the supreme, and one who visits this forest becomes worshipable personality in my abode. This is a small forest, but still very, very potent place. And these are the deities there, Radha and Krishna in Kumudavan. And here, if you see, there will be a very small 8 by 8 feet small temple for Kapiladev, because Kapiladev came here and at the bank of Padma Kund, and in Treta Yuga he did meditation because he wanted to acquire a lot of knowledge, Vedic knowledge. He came and he did tapasya here. So that's why he says that it's said that in Padma Puran, in Varaha Puran, one who takes bath here in Padma Kund will get lot of knowledge of Vedic literatures. We'll see this temple also in the video. This is the deity of Kapiladev, this temple. And actually there are two small villages when we pass in this Kumudavan, like we are coming from Madhuvan, Talavan, Kumudavan, and in and around this place there are two places not much known, but I heard it sometime from some lecture. But so there's a small village called Gorai or Gaurav. Gaurav means like prestige, pride, prestige. So what happens during the Kurukshetra, the Vrajavasis go with an intention to bring back Krishna. That pastime. They all go to Kurukshetra, but then Krishna again says to Nanda Maharaj, when Nanda Maharaj asks, please come home, he will say, I will come, Baba, I will come. I will surely come. But he didn't come. He just again gave a promise that he will come. So Nanda Maharaj was thinking, now all the Vrajavasis will ask, what should I do? Now, what can I say? I'm again going with the promise, but not with Krishna. So now how can I face them? What am I going to tell them? So he will be thinking like that. And then he couldn't face Vrajavasis. He'll think like, how can I face Vrajavasis? So in this place, there was a merchant in this Gorai village. He gives shelter to Nanda Maharaj. So Nanda Maharaj, few days till he builds that courage to face the Vrajavasis, he will stay in this place called Gorai. And then comes the Datia or Dantia. You can call like two names. So
Mataji, you can tell the story before last slide. Yeah. What is this picture?
The gopis, when they go to Kurukshetra, Mataji, the gopis want to bring back Krishna, right?
Yeah, you tell the story, Mataji.
You tell, Mataji.
No, Mataji, you know that.
No, after Krishna leaves, what is that? Krishna leaves Vrindavan, all the gopis were very, very sad. All the Vrajavasis basically were very sad. And then they will come to know that Krishna is coming to Kurukshetra. They will come to know that he's coming there to take bath there. Then what happens? All the Vrajavasis will come to know. So they all will go. That's why the significance of Ratha Yatra also, that's what they say. Just like gopis went to the Ratha Yatra in Kurukshetra with an intention to bring back Krishna. So similarly, we should also, when we pull the Rath, we should pull with the intention to bring back Krishna. So all the Vrajavasis, they will go, well, Krishna is coming, come, let's go. And when they go, they'll see Krishna like a king, Lord, like nice crowns, nice jewelry. Then they know Krishna is a simple cowherd boy. They didn't like Krishna actually seeing Krishna like an opulent king. But then the gopis will go there to bring. That is when even Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, Maya, they all will go. But Krishna didn't come. Krishna couldn't come because he still has few things to say, like, still some responsibilities in Mathura, so he didn't come. Then that's when Nanda Maharaj will go and ask, crying and asking, when will you come? Please come back. Please come back. I feel like, I just feel like there is no breath going, like very emotional exchanges. Very, very, very emotional, that he will say, like, we are just like dead persons without you, please come. But again, Krishna said, I will come, Baba, but he didn't come. So that is when they all went back again with the heavy hearts. They say that the Acharyas explained the gopis to Krishna in their heart. Physically, not physically, but he actually went in their heart. So that is when they are going back. Nanda Maharaj couldn't see Vrajavasis because he knows when he goes back, they'll ask, what did Krishna say when you ask? Because they have high hopes, because Nanda Baba is his father, very attached, right? So, but even that, Nanda Maharaj just came back with a promise again. Just a promise that Krishna is going to come back, don't worry. So he couldn't face them because he know that they'll be again devastated. So he stayed in this village called Gorai. Now Krishna came one time. Let's see when he came in this. So this village is called Datiha or Dhantia. Yeah, Dhantia, Datiha, 2-3 names. So there is this personality called Dantavakra. You know, his teeth are crooked. That's why Dant, teeth are crooked, Vakra. So after Krishna killed Salva and Shishupal, Dantavakra was very upset because they're his close friends. Dantavakra was very angry and he started destroying Dwaraka actually. First he goes to Dwaraka because he knows Krishna is there. But that time Krishna was in Mathura. Then he was very mad, like, firing, raging. He comes to Mathura, he's like, disturbing everything in Mathura, then he's disturbing everything in Vrindavan, and he's destroying everything, everybody. And we know when Krishna, something happens to Vrindavan, and even all the demoniac pastimes, like all the demons, when we see, when Putana came, when Trinavarta came, when Aghasura came, every demon, he made sure that nothing happened to the Vrajavasis. Even Trinavarta's pastime, if we see the whirlwind pastime, why he acted that he was so heavy? Why should he do that? Because he didn't want Yashoda Maya to stay outside. Yashoda Maya never leaves Krishna. But that time, why it happened? Because Krishna didn't want Yashoda Maya to get any harm in that battle with Trinavarta. He knew that Trinavarta is coming. So Krishna makes sure that nothing is happening to Vrindavan. But when Dantavakra is destroying Vrindavan and, Vraj, he just comes running and, he kills Dantavakra. And after this pastime happens, now all the Vrajavasis are crying, "Oh Krishna, please take us to a place where there is no Akrura. Please take us to a place where there is no demon. Please take us to a place like that." They're very sad that Akrura took back Krishna. So please take us there where there's nobody who is coming and doing anything. It's just us and we. Then it said that Krishna expands into 2 personalities. One is Dwarkadish Krishna. He goes back to Dwaraka. And the Goloka Krishna, that Krishna, the Goloka Krishna keeps everybody on his chariot and he will take them back to Goloka. This is a very emotional, little deep pastime explained by His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu. Sometime in Vrindavan Leela, I heard he said this. So that happened. This is a very not known place, but this very important pastime took place at this place called Dantiagram or Datiha. Maybe next time when you all go, you can just, at least if you cannot go, we can ask the local Vrajavasis to show us that place. We can go and visit, take blessings of this place. So then from there, we are coming to Shantanu Kund. We know Shantanu Maharaj, the father of Bhishma Pitamaha. So in between this Kund, there is a hill. And Shantanu Maharaj actually did tapasya for good children. He came here and he did tapasya. That is when after that he gets married to Ganga. And we know that that's a different pastime. Ganga is married, then Bhishma is born. So this is the Shantanu Kund, and we'll see the video of, and the deities are Shantanu Bihari. Deities Golden Radharani. So this is the temple, and Shantanu Kund is around, and in the between this hill is there. This is where Shantanu Maharaj was sitting and doing his tapasya. So now we went to Shantanu Kund. So I think it's 9 o'clock. I thought of doing another day. Maybe tomorrow we have to try.
Do you have a picture of that Shantanu Bihari?
Yes,